I'm personally a coffee lover. I drink my coffee every day and I really do enjoy it every single time I drink it. I don't even drink it for the energy, I don't need the energy, I'm typically pretty awake and alert always anyway. However, right now I think I could definitely use a coffee. It's 6 a.m. and it feels very strange recording a video right now. Now some people would argue that I don't need coffee, I'm still young, it's going to stunt my growth, there are a lot of things you'd say. And I do need to state that I'm 17 years old, I'm a boy, actually, I'm a man, and I'm 5'6", so maybe it does stunt growth. But as much as I love my coffee, I also love my money. And I really do think that it's very important that all of us can recognize just how big of a difference making you coffee at home can do in terms of saving you money. Now, a study suggests that Americans spend $2.99 per single coffee. Now, a lot of this can change depending on different factors. You may be having more coffees than just one in a day. You may be having larger or smaller sizes of coffee. You could be getting cheaper dollar store coffee or very, very fancy coffee. However, I want to stay rather conservative and stick with that $2.99 average coffee spent. And I'm going to assume that each person gets one coffee per day just to get an average sort of idea. And so now, based on that number that we just got, if you're buying coffee every single day, it would be costing you $1,095 in a year, which is pretty large. And that's impressive when you consider the savings that you'd be having if you weren't buying the coffees. But what's more impressive is when you look at 10 years, 20 years, and 45 years worth of coffee savings. And so that's great. If you were just making coffees at home and saving that money on coffee, you really would have heaps and heaps more money. You'd have savings over the course of time. Again, it's also rather cheap to make coffee. The margins are huge for cafes. That's where they make a lot of their money, on the coffees. And so now, while that's all well and good, that's a lot of savings over the course of time, what if you wanted more money? You could do a lot more with that money that you saved from the coffees. And those of you that may know, on this channel I like to talk about investing. So let's hypothetically say, well, what if you're investing this savings from your coffees in the S&P 500 for 10 years, 20 years, and 45 years at the S&P annual return of 9.11% average. So now, if you invested those savings from not buying coffee for 10 years, compounding monthly at a 9.11% return, after 10 years, you'd be left with $17,768, which is rather significant compared to the $10,950. Now, if you were to do the same thing for 20 years, after the 20 years, you'd be left with $61,803, which once again is quite more significant than $21,900, which is what the original savings were. And then finally, if you were to be investing the savings for 45 years. Now, the reason I picked 45 years is because someone aged at 20, 45 years would bring them to the age of 65, which is when I'd say a lot of people would end up getting near retirement, if not retiring then or slightly earlier. So I thought 45 years would be the right amount of time to go with. And if for 45 years you were investing all the savings from coffee at a 9.11% monthly compounding return, you would be left with a whopping $701,754. That is heaps more significant than the original $49,275 that you'd be left with from savings. Now, that's all well and good, but do remember that this is all very hypothetical. You may not get 9.11% every year, you may have to dig into your savings, and at the end of the 45-year period, if you were to be investing, you're still going to need to pay capital gains tax. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and please, if you did, consider subscribing and consider liking the video down below. I'm going to be making a few more videos just like this. I'm interested in my investing, my finance, my self-improvement, so if you want to watch videos like that, make sure to subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope I see you all in the next one.